I'm sorry. I was just listening to this amazing music. Hello everybody, this is pt.8 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, the Grand Turnabout. In the previous episode, we had gotten Blaze the Best found guilty of being an accomplice in the crime of the prison. But, unfortunately, our happy ending has not started yet, as Lang has come back in. We're going to find out exactly what he's doing. If you like what you see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join in on this investigation. Lang says the end of the trial is not always the ending of the case. And who might you be? My name's Shilong Lang. I'm just a humble lone investigator. Do you have some objection with this trial? Ha! Not a chance. The defendant there has a heart as black as a moonless night. Lang, don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison where you belong. 12 years is a long time coming from a suspended sentence. Don't you agree? Agent Lang, what are you talking about? The SS5 incident from 12 years ago. It's a case I'll never forget. 12 years ago? Well, a lot has changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my father were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. But then he suddenly changed, just he became an entirely different person. Nowadays, he doesn't even have a shred of faith in the police force of Zhang Fa. Why did it have something to do with Lang's father and President Huang? Trisha Rowland, and you, Blaze the Best. Back then, the two of you killed off the Lang clan. Were you involved in the incident 12 years ago? That's right, I was. However, not here to chase after the ghosts of the past. I'm here for you, Judge Courtney. Me? You and one other. John! Miss Courtney, you're coming along too. As a suspect in the murder of the president of Zhang Fa, Dijun Wang. Agent Lang, what evidence do you... Settle down, Mr. Prosecutor. The investigation has only just begun. We're going to inspect the crime scene with the suspects in attendance. Agent Lang, did he get his hands on some new piece of evidence? If you have any objections, then you can tag along as well. I shall do just that. The end of the trial is not always the end of the case. There are still many mysteries yet unsolved surrounding the murder of the president. Namely, the true nature of the giant monster, and... the true identity of the person on the other end of the phone. Of course, I could have said it off here, but it made for a good cliffhanger. Alright, just checking some stuff. April 6, 2:52 p.m. Outside Grand Tower, temporary film lot. Could you please give it a rest already? The heck? I'm telling y'all, it's best for y'all's sake to come clean. Staff has their lips sealed shut as the reporters continue their tenacious negotiations. Not here to cooperate with the investigation. I must ask you to vacate the premises. Put a sock in it, copper. Y'all couldn't even stop Mozilla's invasion. Not only did they secretly raise a giant monster, but now the staff is trying to cover it up. Like I said, we haven't been raising any monsters here at the film lot. But ain't you said y'all done saw Gordy yourself? Sure, I saw it, but it's not like we were keeping it at the film lot. Mind if we butt in? Mr. Edgeworth. And John. Oh, y'all come to search for the monster too? Searching for a criminal, not a monster. Lindsay says. Darkness inside a criminal's heart can be likened to a monster. Well, when it comes to killing people, criminals aren't much different from monsters. Agent Lang, this is a problem. I can't let outsiders enter the crime scene. These are all key figures in the case. I'd like them to be here while the investigation resumes. Agent Lang, regarding what you said about resuming the investigation, where do you intend to start? Start by reviewing the case. Today, the body of President Huang was found here at the film lot. The president's whereabouts from 2 nights ago are still unknown. Seems he snuck out from under the eyes of his bodyguards and ventured outside. And that night was the last time he was seen alive. It was then he met with you, Judge Courtney, on the roof of the Grand Tower. So why'd you meet with the president? That I cannot say. You can't tell us, even under suspicion of murder. Can't say? Why not? Miss Courtney, if you don't say anything, you'll only be more suspicious. Ha! She must have a reason to clam up. I think you're somehow involved in the president's assassination. The president's body was only discovered today. That still leaves a blank of 1 whole day after Judge Courtney met with him unaccounted for. They're being so impatient. We're gonna fill in that blank right here, right now. The evening on that blank day in question is what's important. What happened there last night? So why don't you tell us, John Marsh? Me? We know you were here last night. What? John was here. Between that little Missy's testimony and the footprints we found, you can easily prove it. John, you were rehearsing that here last night, right? You were spying on me? I'm sorry. I came here to check up on things. You really shouldn't be staying up so late, you know. Mind your own business. John Marsh, that young lady was worried about you. You will not speak to her like that. Sorry. How many times have I told you to be more mindful of the way you speak? Is it just me, or does Miss Courtney's personality seem kind of different? She seems to be as strict with her own son as she is with those who violate the law. Are you listening to me, and earlier as well? You should always bear that in mind, no matter the occasion. Can we get on with the investigation already? Pardon me. For Judge Courtney to get carried away like that, this must be her motherly side. Agent Lang, do you suspect John? All I want is the truth. Why was the president killed? And I want to know who killed him. I'll do whatever it takes to find out. Seems the president was like family to him. John, would it be alright if we asked you a few questions? Sure, it's fine. Got nothing to hide anyway. I wasn't feeling too great about yesterday's shoot, so I made a few bloopers. They're reshooting the scene today, so... well, I decided to rehearse it on my own, that's all. I do it all the time. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. You were rehearsing alone that late at night. John, when I called you last night, you told me you were at the hotel. You called him? About what time was that? I believe it was around 11 p.m. I require him to call me every night. That's our rule whenever he stays away from home. The truth is, I was at the film lot during that time. So you lied to me. I'm sorry. Miss Courtney is sure is angry. I think it's admirable that he practiced on his own, even if he hid it from his mom. So she was simply worried. Who knows what could have happened to him, alone out there so late at night. And in reality, he did get caught up in yesterday's incident. But John said there wasn't anything out of the ordinary, right? Is that really the truth? I want to check the evidence again. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. There's Lana's testimony. Okay. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Jordan was practicing by himself. The monster's footprint can be seen. Alright, I'm gonna pursue that. I'm gonna pursue that last statement. But, much like usual, I am going to put in a save state. Oh. Objection! There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. That's a lie, isn't it? We have evidence right here. Could that be... That's right. It's the video you recorded of your performance. What? You're telling me you have the video from last night? Exactly, and in this video, there is clearly something that is out of the ordinary. This is a monster's footprint. Would you say that the monster's footprints are commonplace on the film set? John, why did you conceal this video from us? No reason, really. Hey, Pup, it's no joking matter. You had a reason to hide it, right? John Marsh, answer him clearly. But Mom... Well? I didn't want anyone to see me rehearsing. I don't see why that's a big deal. I get that. Sometimes you kind of just want to rehearse on your own and kind of conceal the mistakes. That's the point of rehearsing. Besides, I'm my own worst critic, so I don't need anybody else on looking me. In other words, you're embarrassed about the other scene you practice. Yeah, got a problem with that. You're saying that's why you hid the evidence. John! Jesus. Quit nagging me. You've already busted me. What more do you want? Yeah, the footprints were there, but I just practiced and headed home. How come you're so calm after finding those footprints? It's a monster, you know? A real live monster. I thought it was just a part of the set. Besides, there's a lot of other weird stuff around here, too. He's suspicious, Chief. This kid's really suspicious. You're right. The smell of the scoop stinks to high heaven. Shut up. We're done talking. We're not done here yet. What now? The monster's footprints weren't the only unusual thing that happened last night. Besides the monster's footprints, what other unusual thing happened last night? That's not what I wanted. Last night. Oops. Damn it. The hell? Oh. Take that! Oh. Or not. Alright. Take that. A monster's head fell from the roof of that building. I was overthinking it. Surely you must have known about that. I don't know anything about it. Is that true? I told you, I would just practice a bit and then I went back. I don't know anything about Mozilla's head falling or anything like that. Or do you have evidence to show that I know something? There certainly isn't any evidence of that. It's also possible that it fell after John had already gone back. There's no evidence that like I said, we're done talking. It seems that John doesn't really want to talk about last night. Could he be hiding something after all? Wait up. Agent Lang. Just as I thought. Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. This video backs up my logic. Huh? Is there something in the video that's related to the case? Yeah. Take a good look, hard look at the monster costume in the top left. The Mozilla costume? Looks like it's been ripped. No, it's just open. Try comparing that to the one over there right now. It looks like it's just hanging there limply though. And the zipper on the back of it's zipped up tightly. Zipper on its back. What? This discrepancy is... Yeah, the difference is plain to see. In the video, the zipper is clearly open. That's right. Someone was inside. What? Mr. Powers, is this costume zipper usually... I always zip it up tightly when it's not in use. Mr. Prosecutor, do you remember? My logic from before. 2 nights ago, Courtney pushed the president off the roof and killed him. Afterwards, she snuck into the film lot to hide the body. Wouldn't it be easy to hide a body in a costume or behind all this equipment? And all she had to do last night was to retrieve the body. You're saying the body was hidden inside the costume? Yeah, that's right. Just Courtney. 2 nights ago, you pushed the president off the roof of the tower. Then you hid the body inside the monster costume. I did no such thing. Say what you want, but you're the only one who could have done it. That should have already been proven impossible. The film lot was locked at the time. Judge Courtney could not have entered this place. And what if there was an accomplice? Somebody who knew the code. I'll tell you my reasoning, so listen up. Yep. When the president was pushed off the roof, John was waiting at the film lot. If John was an accomplice, the problem with the locks would be resolved. The two of them hid the president's body inside that monster costume over there. You think this crime had such an elaborate plan? Take the life of the nation's president. An elaborate plan is to be expected, don't you think? John would never take part in such a crime. You're the one being suspected. Your words don't carry much weight. I wouldn't think those two had much sufficient motive for something like this, though. Well, maybe they had a motive that we didn't know about. You were the last one to meet it with the president, and you're still keeping the details secret. Don't you think it's only natural that you're being suspected? Judge Courtney, is there no way for you to tell us your secret? Well, my apologies. I just can't, no matter what. However, when the time I can talk about it comes, I will surely let you know. So if you could please... Leave you? That's what you want to say? That's what all criminals say. And you, pup, if you got an explanation, hurry up and spit it out. Huh. I didn't do nothing. That's all I'm saying. Both mother and son won't talk, but you gotta defend him like this. it's true. Judge Courtney's actions are a mystery. However, we still don't know whether or not that ties in with the motive for murder. Yeah, that's right. The motive for murder can wait. For now, let's talk about the situation surrounding the crime. The fact that these two are the only ones who could have done it. I'm beginning of the film that John was accomplished, the problem with the locks would be resolved. Two of them hid the president's body inside the monster costume over there. No. Objection? Hold on, let's get more details on that. Hold it! In that video, we cannot see the insides of the costume, so you can really say for certain that the body was placed inside. Yeah, I'll give you that much. In that case, why don't we try examining it? The inside of that costume, there might be some traces left inside. Mr. Powers, maybe examine the inside of this costume. Sure, go ahead. It might be kind of stinky, since I sweat in there a lot. This is incredibly dirty. That's strange. We always make sure to clean it after use, so the sweat to them is the costume. Isn't it just proof that someone besides you used this costume? I'd say that dirt from the body certainly got in the costume. The president's body did fall on top of the monster's footprint. That must be where the dirt came from. Are you satisfied now? There's dirt inside the costume. Must have gotten in there when the body was hidden inside. I'm still not convinced. Concrete, yellow stain on clothes. Why do we still have all this evidence? I wonder. This might be a stretch. This might be a stretch. Yeah, okay. Seriously? Alright. Dirt inside the costume. Yeah, okay. It's concrete. Dirt got onto the costume when the body was hidden inside it. Is that really the case? Yeah, I got a problem with that. There's a fair amount of dirt inside the front of the costume. Yeah, that is a lot of dirt. However, I would like you to focus on the state the body is in. It's lying on top of the dirt, yet there's no dirt on the front of the body. If the body really was inside the costume, then it's strange that the front of the body isn't stained with more dirt. Well, then how would you explain it? How did the dirt get inside the costume? In the video footage, it's very likely that someone was inside the costume. But just who could it have been? Where have I seen this? What's the matter, Kay? I just feel like I remember seeing something that looked like this dirt somewhere before. But where was it? there were these bits of gray fragments mixed in with the dirt. Gray fragments? There does seem to be something other than normal dirt mixed into it. Something must have gotten stuck to it, and lots of it, I might add. Something got stuck to it. This may merit a closer look. Where did we see the dirt? That was... okay. Now it's the gloves. I was right, but I was one step ahead. Take that! This dirt has some great bits mixed into it. Huh? And what of it? We found an item belonging to a certain man that was covered in the same type of dirt. That is to say, these gloves. These dirt stains certainly look the same, but tell me, what exactly is this gray substance? This gray substance is concrete. This gray substance must be fragments of concrete. You mean the stuff that was scattered around the monster's footprints? Exactly. Meanwhile, who do these gloves belong to which are stained with the same kind of dirt? Oh, I remember. We found it at Blaze the Best place. Earlier today, we went to Blaze's garage. There, we discovered these dirt-stained gloves. Come to think of it, there were also hammers, shovels, and other tools placed inside as well. Why would the mechanic's gloves, intended to be used on machines, be covered in dirt? If we brought the concrete with the hammer, then dug into the soil with the shovel, then it's only natural for dirt to be like that get on the gloves. Then maybe... Yes, the true nature of the monster's footprints has been made clear. It's possible that these footprints were dug up by Blaze the Best himself. It's possible. It's possible, you say. Please do enlighten me, because I honestly have no clue. Why on earth would he do something like that? Why did he make the monster footprint? Come to think about it, the answer must be... he buried something. Oh shit. Could it have been he buried something? He buried something, I smell treasure. What did he bury? Alright. Sorry. He dug something up. Probably went something like this. Last night at this spot, there was something that Blaze needed to dig up. For that reason, he broke the lock on the back door and sneaked into the film lot. Using the hammer and the shovel, he set to work. He placed the items he dug up into his bag, but before he could fill the holes, that's when John came to practice. Exactly. Blaze panicked and had no choice but to hide himself in the Mozilla costume nearby. He would deduce so much from just a pair of dirt-stained gloves. However, while this is merely a possibility, there's still no proof that he was the one hiding inside that costume. For all we know, he might have left the scene once he finished digging. On the contrary, such proof does exist and can be seen in the video. When this video was recorded, Blaze was definitely inside the film lot. What? Though I can't blame Agent Lang for not noticing. The difference between the current film lot and the one in John's video, along with the state of Blaze's garage, it's all too clear that Blaze was still here. What proves that Blaze was still at the film lot when this video was recorded? I actually can't see. Hold on. Should have been paying closer attention. This bag placed near the costume There was an identical one inside Blaze's garage. I really should have been paying closer attention. That was just a guess. First, the dirt on the gloves, and now the bag. It seems there is a connection. And that's my proof. Blaze was inside the costume. Ergo, the president's body could not have been hidden inside of it. Seems I was able to refute Agent Lang's reasoning. Someone needs to go investigate Blaze's house right away, pal. We need to know what's inside that bag. Yes, sir. Y'all pipe down and listen up. Y'all been saying whatever works best for you. And the noisy one returns. There's the footprints of Mighty Mozilla. They ain't just some random holes dug up by the old coop. I believe the true nature of these footprints has already been proven quite logically. Logic smalgic. I'm not buying it. Say what you want, but I know what I saw, and I saw Mozilla. Is she referring to how she saw Mozilla out of the window of the Grand Tower? Preposterous. Upon our journalist souls, we ain't having nothing of it. That statement is an insult to journalists everywhere. That's right. There's more of the monsters than just footprints. I remember hearing that Sonny over there was seen with the monster earlier. I reckon that gal over there said she witnessed it herself. When these two are together, all the meaningful talk grinds to a halt. If only we knew just what the monster really was, I think those two would quiet down. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there anything you can do? The monster's true identity. We don't have much choice. Let's see what we can do. Is there something y'all ain't telling us about the monster? Nicole, ask him right now. Please settle down. Regarding the true identity of that monster, I already know what it is. What you say? That's right. The video John recorded provided the hint that I needed. What you talking about? Miss Nichols saw Gordy when she went to check up on John's practice. That time, she mistook something for Gordy. The monster can be seen in this photograph. What? Ain't that some old plain souvenir photo? Y'all don't really think you can pull the wool over the eyes of a pro like me, do you? What did Miss Nichols really see that she mistook for Gordy? Take that! Yeah, okay. Naturally, Gordy's true identity was this camera crane. What? The video John recorded was shot from fairly high up. A shot from this position would be impossible without a camera crane. But there ain't no way Miss Nichols would mistake camera crane for Gordy. I wonder about that. Miss Nichols. Yes? Earlier, you said that the prescription for your glasses didn't match your eyesight anymore, correct? Yes, lately it seems like my eyesight has suddenly gotten a lot worse. So would you say that you weren't able to see Gordy from very clearly in the dark? That's right. Its silhouette was all I could make out. But remember what Miss Nichols said? And I quote, its skin was really scaly, almost like a reptile. Camera cranes ain't got no flesh on them, let alone skin. It's just bare steel frame. That is certainly true, at least in the case of this photo. However, last night it did have skin. Y'all just doing whatever you can to get in the way of our big scoop, ain't you? That was not my intention. But since I've come this far, it's time to put an end to your nonsense. Gordy's skin is right before our very eyes. This is the skin of Gordy that Miss Nichols saw. It rained last night, therefore the camera crane needed a cover. As Miss Nichols stated in her testimony earlier, it looked like it was going to rain last night. Well, it never actually rained. John still covered the camera crane with a rainproof sheet, which to Miss Nichols looked like a monster's skin. What? Y'all gotta be kidding me. Isn't that right, John? Man, you saw through it all. Not bad, old man. Unfortunately, the Gordy that Miss Nichols saw was nothing more than an illusion. Not again. Looks like my dream has shriveled up and died once again. Mentor. Seems like things have finally settled down. I really thought the boy was hiding something from me. Guess I had it all wrong. Now that we figured out the true form of the monster, one seems refreshed. Actually, there's two people here who are totally bummed out. Agent Lang! The report is in, sir. We've got the results of President Huang's autopsy. Good, show it to me. Contusions and bone fractures found across the body resulted from tremendous pressure. So, this was the cause of death. In other words, it was crushed to death. I thought as much. The yellow stain on his chest is currently under investigation. It seems that gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. Sunflower residue? I didn't know the president was into gardening. No, gunpowder residue. Traces of it are left behind when the gun is fired. Since it had been found on his right hand, it's possible that the president fired a gun. A gun, huh? But we didn't find any guns when we investigated this area. Unexplained gunpowder residue. I have to look over the autopsy report later. Now then, Agent Lang. It seems we have our answer. The president did not die from falling off the roof of the Grand Tower. Rather, he died from being crushed under Mozilla's head. Can't deny it. Looks like your logic was right after all. This means the suspicion surrounding Miss Courtney should clear up, right? Yes, not only the cause of death, but the time of death proves her innocence as well. Judge Courtney met with the president 2 nights ago. However, according to the autopsy report, the time of death was around 11 PM last night. Mozilla's head also fell last night. It matched up perfectly. That's a relief. Yeah, but John was still out the lot. Isn't it a bit too early to be relieved? We're gonna end it off here. And get a little bit of a break. In the next episode of Miles Edgeworth AAI2 Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Path, the Grand Turnabout, we are going to find out what Agent Lang has to say, although I pretty much have said it for him. I will see you guys later.